Alright, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. We are back over here on Goddess Victory Nikke. First up, just want to say thank you all for tuning in yesterday with the entire stream and everything. Had a absolute freaking blast. Great time. We peaked like 930 viewers as always. So just wanted to say thank you for that and thank you for being there. Also on top of that, we did drop a lot of videos today, so appreciate the support through all those videos. And again, a lot of topics. If you missed anything, go check them out. Update information, the dev notes, which unironically was a good one. Yeah, had a bit of roughness to it, but still, for a dev notes compared to the last one, anything would look good, right? On top of that, you also had the gift code, which there's two gift codes active. One's terrible, one's really good, so they equaled it out, I guess. They were like, dude, that gift code caused so much issues, let's quickly update the new one, make it, instead of 5 pulls, 10 pulls. But today we got some things to talk about and try to maybe quell the community anger and potentially either fuel the community anger. Depends on how this goes. So let's jump into this. Like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Here we go. So what am I talking about over here? You'll understand in like 5 seconds, pretty much. Boom the Ghost, the new event coming over here to Goddess of Victory Nikke, as in the summer update. Officially confirmed, the summer update is here. We talked about this for videos and so much. We did get it right though. Check my, I think, title. I don't know which title it was. It was like the one yesterday, I'm pretty sure. We said Eleg and Tove would be 2 parts of the summer update, and we were correct. The only one we didn't get right was Doro, because it doesn't even look like they teased Doro. They chose, unless you consider the Doro ghosts. So there were some people that said Doro. Actually, my comments did say Doro. A few people did say, hey, it looks like Doro because of the Doro ghosts, and they were correct. So technically they did tease that one, but we did get Eleg right, we did get Tove right. Never in a million years would I've expected Doro, but it happened. Utopia, a luxurious cruise ship drifting across the sea on the surface. For some reason, it remains powered after all this time, still sailing across the ocean. Taking it as a lead to a new power source, people get ready to set out for the cruise ship. Yet, waiting aboard are unidentified entities shrouded in mystery. And again, with this, we have our first ever limited Pilgrim dropping, which has caused a bit of community scare. The thing that I'll show you is a lot of also misinterpretation here is that Eleg is the main unit, meaning Doro is the bad unit. That's like the thought process. For example, when the unit launches the update, they usually have the better unit, is like the theory that players have. That being like, hey, for example, 2B, 8-2, people are like, oh, but 2B would be the better unit because she's released first, or Amelia, Rem, and so on and so forth. A lot of the time, it doesn't really stick. Like, for example, Raven was a bit better, theoretically. Not rounded as, if you catch my drift, Eve was, but still, whatever it was. Sometimes that is the case here, but guess what? They did this pretty wrong, actually, because they usually tweet the first unit, meaning that's the main unit. This time, they did the opposite. What they did was, they tweeted first Eleg. But Eleg doesn't start first. She is not the main focus of the event. She is the secondary focus. Pick up recruitment notice over here. A Nikke together with Boombastic swimsuit. Over here, stay tuned. Pick up recruitment period is 7/24. She was tweeted first. This tweet came out first. I'm not scrolling because I'm gonna not exist if that Eleg is shown. But 7/24 is when she goes live. Put 2 and 2 together over here. Over here, they tweeted the secondary limited pickup recruitment notice. A Nikke heads for the ocean to search for another paradise. Dorothy Serendipity is coming soon. She goes live first at 7/17. So the first thing to get out of the way, she is the main unit. Doro is the main look towards this update. It is not Eleg. For those wondering, she is the poster girl. She is the main unit. Hence, she might be the best unit, obviously, because she's a pilgrim, first off. Now, when you hear this word, yeah, Doro being that sounds all cool on paper, but think about the logic behind that. Will this be our first ever limited 1% banner? Or, in the words of my comment section, because they are even worse than me somehow, they say the first ever 0.5% banner, because it has 2 debuffs, right? You got the one debuff being a pilgrim, and then the other debuff being unlimited, so double down. It's a 1%, cut that in half, boom, it's a 0.5% put. But I will say, Shift Up knows that we save our pity and such, and the best way to counteract you saving your pity for like Annie and such is to burn your pity quicker, and this is the way to burn your pity quicker. Also, it does feel weird that recently we did pick up that 35 free pulls that only, right, it didn't count as pulls, but it does count as building your pity. I wonder if that was all a play to say, hey, you can't get mad at us, we just gave you 35 free pity through that update, which we weren't going to, but we did, to give you this update, which will make you burn your pity. I'm very curious here, but what I will say is, like, Reddit talked about this for a little bit. They were, like, giving their opinions and everything. New Nikke Doro Serendipity is coming over here again, the entire character. Holy crap, please be a 2%. Yeah, limited Pilgrim rate might be pushing the boundary. Yeah, Pilgrim is historically a 1% rate. 2% Pilgrim, but she's trash, wouldn't be surprised. First limited Pilgrim. 0.5 drop rate. So look at that. 0.5 drop rate about to go crazy. A lot of players are thinking like, hey, it might actually be the 1%. I don't think they would do that, right? They wouldn't. They would do that. I don't even know why I'm saying they wouldn't do it. They would do that. But what I will say is, I don't know if they would push a boundary like that right now, especially when the game has a lot of hate for it. Would you literally make a 1% banner? Remember, it does say limited pickup. So does limited rewrite this over here being the Pilgrim? Is that how that goes? Imagine a limited Pilgrim. That's rough, man. That's rough, man. I don't know if they're going to be full sending that aspect of it just yet, but from what we know on paper, she sounds really good, right? She's going to be probably a cool character. She's a Pilgrim character, a limited character. She'll probably be a solid character, I'm guessing. That's great. She'll probably be a solid character, I'm guessing. But again, at this point in time, where we stand is, yes, you are getting your first ever Pilgrim limited. Does limited get overridden by Pilgrim, or does Pilgrim or limited override Pilgrim? Dorothy Serendipity inherit. Again, attacker, shotgun. She is a burst 3, so she's entirely different. Not a skin, by the way. She's, again, full-on attacker through a burst 3 water. Over here, Radiant Wings, Flash, Full Salvation. Dorothy Serendipity is an attacker who fires powerful enhanced bullets after hitting targets a certain number of times with her pellets. Her burst skill boosts her attack speed, allowing her to deal more damage. And again, Tove is also picking up a favorite item here, so probably some sort of comp there. For the most part, again, where we stand is cool character, first ever. She is the main unit. Please keep that in mind. With that also being the case, I wouldn't be shocked they make it a 1%. The thing is, her manufacturer is Pilgrim. You've never in the game once had a Pilgrim not be 1%. This could be the change where we get our first ever 2%. Again, would be sick to have a 2% Doro summer unit. Obviously, I don't think it can rival the original Doro, but if it's a 1%, it rivals the original Doro. I could see that being the case, but where we stand again, it has to be better than the old Doro, obviously, because that's already like 2 years old. It makes sense. Players are like, this doesn't make sense to get a limited Pilgrim. It makes sense. Doro was your first or second ever released Pilgrim. It would make sense to give her a limited, and now this opens up so much more of a thing. We could get Summer Scarlet. We could get Summer Marion. I know that got you, right? That got you buying into this idea. It's just, again, I hope they don't go for the full send 1% banner. But again, they did give you 35 free pulls that pushed pity last time. They didn't have to push pity. They did push pity. They did give you that extra 10 pull, right? Every code is usually 5 pulls. They gave you a 10 pull code. You know, it just feels like they're going to probably full send of 1% here just because of what's been happening lately. But we shall see. I'm curious if anyone in the comments, like, no, this is not this comment section, but did anyone in the comments here say like 1% banner were cooked? Or you're dirty for the shift up, beautiful burst, my wallet is gone. Yeah, if you saw the burst, by the way, it's Pine in the burst, which is hella depressing. So like over here, so like she is a limited Pilgrim, so is she gonna stick to the normal Pilgrim 1% rates because for max needing 10 copies of 1% is horrible, or will it be a normal 2% because she's limited? And then she'll say I'm making millions off us. Pilgrim so it's 1%. Oh boy, if it's 1%, it's gonna be grim. She's a Pilgrim so it's 1%. Only difference is that the banner is limited. Yeah, you see, a lot of players are thinking it's 100% 1%. So, Pilgrim Summer, we need these. Do something with Isabel, or at least an upgrade to her personal item. Damn. But it's called Arcana. That's good. That's a good comment. Altogether, though, what do you think? I truly think that they can do the 1%. They'll get away with it too. Nikke, people will spend still regardless. They are infatuated by Rappi. That's what it is. This post didn't get any love. He got 2.5k upvotes. You know what is taking over Reddit right now? The thing taking over Reddit is Rappi. It's taking over everywhere. I have seen her flashing me on Twitter like 37 times today. 37 times today. Every time I refresh my Twitter feed to like check for something, I got like a noty for Uma, right? I'm covering Uma as well. So I went to open up Twitter. I opened up Twitter to see the noty and what the tweet was. And before I get there, I go through my home feed. I see 6 GIFs in a row of them just reposting the flashing Rappi. That is all I see, dude. JP Twitter is just retweeting flashing Rappi every second and then retweeting it so I can see it again in my feed. Oh my god, dude, that's what's taking over. So this isn't even a hot topic right now. That's the hot topic, hot and a topic. So, what do you think? Let me know down below. I'll wrap it up there. First ever limited Pilgrim. Are we cooked? What do you think?